guys, this is
Doran.
and Joan from Not Easily Broken.
Yep.
And today we're here with another question from one of our viewers on Real Talk Tuesday.
Yes, Real Talk Tuesday is all about you have real questions and we have real answers. Guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and share this video, and we will be coming right back.
Okay, guys, so the
Yeah.
question today from our viewers is, you guys have been married for 26 years. Please share with us some of the ways to keep sexual intimacy in marriage.
Ooh, sexual
Oh,
intimacy. Wow.
That's a big one, babe.
It's a
You
big
wanna
one.
go ahead?
Oh, sure. Hey, listen. I'll get started with this one any given day. Well, truth be told, 26 years of marriage have taught us a lot about life,
Indeed, yes,
a lot
yes.
about each other, what we
Mhm.
like, what we don't like, things that we used to do, and things that we don't like to do
Absolutely.
anymore, because we evolve and
Mhm.
we grow and we change.
Yes.
When it comes to sex and intimacy in our marriage, we take pride in this area. We really do. We got married young, and the truth is, we were very excited about each other, and we still are
Yeah.
excited about sex, and some more sex. As a matter of fact, we used to do it like 3, 4 times a night. We used to do it also twice or 3 times on the weekend. I mean, we were just fired up, man, and we just in the zone
Yes.
because we thought that was all there is, just all that good stuff. And guys, don't get me wrong, we had fun then and we're
Yep.
still having fun now. But as we grow, as we evolve, as our life changes, we start to focus not just on sex, but on the intimacy and the quality of the sex that we have. And we're going to talk a little bit about it as we dig deeper into it. And guys, we don't have any notes. We just kind of throw information out at you. And so this is our story. This is our life. Maybe you can relate to some of the things that we're going to talk about, but just be open-minded about what we're talking to you about, because
Absolutely.
this is
Yeah.
really about life. And a lot of couples are in relationship, in marriages, and they reach a level where they just reach that zenith. They reach that plateau where nothing is happening. There's no rhythm. There's no passion. There's no intimacy. So how do you keep that flowing? How did we keep that flowing? It takes a lot. And one of the things that we focus on is intimacy. Intimacy is not just about the bedroom. Intimacy is really understanding your spouse, is learning, knowing,
Yep.
it's evolving,
That's
it's
right.
changing.
Yes, it is.
I mean, look, my wife is beautiful, and honestly speaking, I'm still attracted to her. So intimacy is also about attraction.
Yes, it is.
It's really zoning in on the areas in your marriage and in your sexuality, in your sex life, where you
I
can
agree.
really just enjoy and feel good about each other. And so I'm just going to start there. I'm going to let my wife talk a little bit about some of the things that we have done over the years to keep the fire and the sparks and the flicker and the flame and the explosion going. And so, yeah.
So, yes, guys, I believe that one of the important things to do in order to have great intimacy and great sex
She's
in
blushing.
your marriage is by communication. And I talk about communication a lot because I think it's really, really important. You have to be able to speak with your spouse, and it doesn't matter on what topic.
Yes.
Because when you have a great friendship,
Mhm.
it allows you to be vulnerable. And we're going to be talking about vulnerability as well.
Yes.
But communicating with your spouse, it's a great thing to do, and you may be at work and you're thinking about your spouse, and you may send a nice, sexy text, can't wait to see you later.
Yep.
I
Audio
love
message.
you, and even an audio message thinking of you, the little emoji faces and stuff. And I think that's a great way. You're talking to the person,
Yes.
but not talking to the person. And I'm sure that the message is received just in the same way as if you were having a conversation. So that's one of the ways that my husband and I, keep connected. We send these little notes during the day, and thinking about you, and gets them all fired up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
coming home to a nice smile, a hug, an embrace, and that makes you feel great. And also communication can really, really takes you into intimacy, which
It
also
does.
leads you into having great sex in the bedroom.
One of the things we've also learned over the years is that sex and intimacy are two different things. A matter of fact, let me just share a story with you, right? And personally for me, I'm always ready to have sex. It's just the truth.
Hmm.
It's like I was born ready. And perfect example, right? There are times when my wife is, I'm sitting down in the living room and watching TV, and my wife would come and she's sitting down next to me. She'll rub my chest. She's rubbing my bald head. She's kissing up on me and all of that stuff. And I'm ready to take her upstairs to the bedroom, and she'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, time out. What are you trying to do? This is not a sexual moment. This is just a moment where,
Just an intimate
yeah, it's just
moment.
an intimate moment. I'm just kissing on you. I'm just having a little bit of fun here. What are you talking about? The bedroom? I'm not ready for sex. I'm just having a little fun with you. What's wrong with you?" I had to realize that there's a difference between a woman and a man dealing with sex and understanding the different
Yes.
sexual language that we
Mhm.
communicate. And so there are times when she just wants to be intimate and I want to take her to the next level. I had to realize it doesn't always lead to that level. Over the years, we begin to understand also about the quality of our life,
Yes.
how we serve each other in the relationship, the respect that we have for each
Mhm.
other, learning and understanding each other on a level that is not just sexual. In other words, we pay attention to the non sexual cues and the non sexual things that add value to the marriage. We make sure that the bills are paid. And for those of you that are having problems with your finances, when the money's funny, the sex is funny too. Because a woman cannot compartmentalize the emotional aspect of the marriage and just deal with a man from a sexual point of view. When you can have an argument about money and go to bed at night and want to have sex with your wife ain't ready for sex. She's still in that space where she's saying, "Well, the bills are not paid. What's happening here?" She can't turn that part of her mind off.
Yes, and I don't want to throw you off, but
Hmm.
just to say that, for a woman
Yeah.
to get in that space of intimacy and romance and sex, it starts up here. In other words,
Hmm.
your mind have to be ready, putting you in the place where you are ready to receive your husband.
Absolutely. And the same thing goes for me, that I have to put myself in that space where I'm also ready to receive and to add value to your life on a sexual level.
Yes.
The other thing that we want to talk about, relating to better intimacy in relationship is, it's not really about the bedroom. Sex does not start in the
That's
bedroom.
right.
I know for sure that is how I treat you
Mhm.
throughout the day,
Yeah.
as you talk about the emojis and stuff
Mhm.
like that, the compliments and
Mhm.
adding value to her life, making sure that we don't have any type of problems in our relationship. It is said that a man just need a place to have sex. A woman need a reason to have sex.
That's
I give her reason to want to take her clothes off. I compliment her. I add value to her life. I look at her from, I'm just fired up about this chick, as you guys can see. And if you guys watch me on social media when we do live, you know how I roll and just, mwah, she is my queen. She's my baby. And these are the compliments. And guys, this is not act. This is the way we really are.
that's right.
Just to be transparent, you know, when we really get into that space, it's very special
Yes, it
because
is.
because the
Special.
quality of our sexuality, it's not based on me pleasing myself. It is based on me pleasing her, because sex is not just about me, it's about the two of us. And so you want to pay attention to all these little details. I still admire her to this day. I'm talking about 26 years of marriage, and I still wake up every morning and watch her get dressed. Can you talk to them a little bit about that, babe?
Yes, absolutely. So guys, what he does is he watches me when I get dressed for work, when he's off. Okay,
Hmm.
he's supposed to be sleeping, but I'll get up and I go to the shower and
See, I'm
I'll
smiling.
come back wrapped in my towel, and he's sleeping. He's really sleeping. But as soon as I start, like lotioning my skin and prepping myself before I put my clothes on, all of a sudden his eyes open up. It's like a miracle. His eyes just open up
Hallelujah.
with a smile, and he watches me until I get dressed. And to be honest with you guys, until this very day, after 26 years of marriage, I still blush. I don't know what it is, but he still makes me blush, guys. He still makes me blush. It's just amazing, the connectivity and the bond that we have, and it's just, in your marriage you just have to make it what you want. Like we have talked about in a session, where when you get married, it's like you have this empty box, and you have to put the things in the box that you want to get out of it. So put love in, put communication in, put all the great things in. So when you take out, you're taking out great things.
Absolutely. And I wanted her to share that with you guys, because it is not just something that I just make up in my mind. It is something, it's a quality of life for me. It brings joy to my heart just to watch her get dressed. She sits at her vanity table and she's putting on her makeup, and then she put on her perfume, and the aroma and the scent that just lingers long after she's gone. These small little notes that she stick and put in my glove compartment, or she put it in my wallet. She put it in my in the book that I'm reading, and just these little things that she do regularly that add value to my life.
And just to add to what I was saying, guys, I forgot that when I actually leave for work and kiss him goodbye, he'll call me like later on and say, guess what? So I went back to sleep, and I was sleeping on your pillow, and oh my God, the scent that you left behind is just wow. It just wows me every time.
And guys, this is the honest truth. This is how we live. When it comes to also intimacy, we have what we call check the pulse of our marriage, and intimacy is one of them.
Yes.
We sit down, and sometimes we go to our favorite diner, and we sit down over coffee, we sit down over lunch, brunch, or whatever it is, dinner, and we just talk about life. We talk about our relationship, we talk about our marriage, we talk about finances, we talk about our health, we talk about our children, we talk about sex. Are you still enjoying sex? Is there anything that you want me to do to add more value in that area? And we are just naked about our sexuality. When it comes to our marriage, we don't take anything by happenstance. This is not by chance that we're sitting here. Nope. It is really a planned event. And when we also look at intimacy from a sexual point of view, we make sure that we add value to each other's lives. For me personally, it's ladies before gentlemen. My job is to make sure that my wife get there first. We spend
and
time.
You always do.
Oh yeah, hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. I love to get her there. She gets into that mode first.
Talk about the rhythm.
Yeah, baby, you gotta go. Yeah. You gotta drive with the rhythm. You have to follow the rhythm. You have to have the flow. And one of the things that we have learned over the years, as a man, it is my responsibility to make sure that I take pride in that area. You gotta pay attention to these details. As a matter of fact, sex now is better than it's ever been, because we don't focus on how long we last. We focus on the quality of our sex. And how do you get that? Is because we spend time to understand each other's sexuality. I know the sexual position that my wife favors the most. I know exactly which one can get her to that cataclysmic orgasmic explosion. She knows exactly what drives me. I know the erogenous zone that brings her to the moon and back. And so these are some of the areas and details that we focus on. And the truth be told, we play a role play all the time. And you have to be comfortable in your marriage in order for you to be able to have this kind of...
Not just comfortable in your marriage, but you have to be comfortable with yourself.
Oh, yes. Confidence in yourself.
And having confidence.
That's true. And we have learned to build each other confidence. One of the things I also would like to impress upon you is about intimacy and vulnerability. Intimacy and vulnerability, it goes through the same door. You cannot be intimate and not vulnerable at the same time, because vulnerability means that you are showing a part of you that no one else get to see.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's the reason why it's important for husband and wife to edify and add value to each other's lives.
I also want to add that, I think it's very important
Hmm.
for those who will to talk about the aftermath of sex,
Yes.
because I think it's important for the other spouse to know,
Hmm.
how was my performance?
Yes.
Did I do well? Were you pleased? It's at first in our marriage, it was very difficult for me to talk. I could not talk about how was the sex, the aftermath of sex.
Or
I
if I
could
ask
not.
you about it, you'd be
Yeah,
like, why do we have to talk about it?
but that's the way it started, because you started asking me, and I got so embarrassed and blushed, and
I turned around
over
though.
over time, over time, we have built the kind of relationship, like my husband was talking about, being naked and not ashamed, being vulnerable. And so over time, it grew on me. So for me to actually tell him, oh, babe, you did well, or babe,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Say it, we talk
and,
about it.
and we talk about it. And it's very interesting, guys. You should try it. It's very funny too, because it creates a lot of laughter, and a lot of intimate moments
Hmm.
afterwards.
Oh yeah.
It really does. And then you get to learn more about the other person, and how to please them differently.
Yes, and one of the things too that we begin to realize that in a culture now where everything is all about the I factor, that we don't spend time to really learn about each other and what they desire sex. One of the things that I've learned about my wife, it's like I studied the anatomy and the physiology of her body. I want to know about her.
The anatomy and physiology of Joan.
Absolutely. I want to know about her. The fact that her body goes through these different changes. Every 28 days, her body goes through a different cycle. She cries when she's happy and she cries when she's sad. I need to know. I found out that it's just the hormones that just acting up. There are moments when she wants me to hold her, and then there are moments that she wants me to leave her alone. Like, please, can I just get a moment by myself? I have to learn these different things. I also realize that her body is just really very, God just did an amazing job when he created her. And I begin to understand why a man attraction and sexuality is connected to the woman that God gave him. Because remember, when Adam opened his eyes and saw his wife, he said that you are bone of my bone, you are flesh of my flesh. I will call you woman because you came out of me. Wherefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. So there's a bonding, there's a connection, there is a connecting, there is a synchronizing, there is a sexual rhythm that you must create in the marriage. And I want to tell you that, as you grow older in the relationship, the sex should get better. I'm just going to tell you the truth, because that's where we are right now. I mean, it's the friendship. I believe it's the friendship.
Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
The word seasoned comes to mind. Should be more seasoned.
Yeah. Girl, you are killing me. The word seasoned. I guess it's saute, it's marinated, it's fully put together, if you understand.
Potent.
It's potent. Oh God, you dirty. And
Oh my God.
it's really how we focus on our sex life. And what we tell couples all the time is, listen, there are times when I want sex and my wife don't want to do it. It's just the way it is. We're not always on the same level sexually. My libido sometimes is here and hers is here. And we learn how to navigate through those moments.
And sometimes it's in reverse, where I'm here.
Yep.
And you're also here.
Yep. And hey, listen, I told my wife all the time that even when I'm in my 80s, I still want to figure out how to still make love to her. It's just the truth. I enjoy her body. I love her. I have fun exploring her body, exploring her sexuality. I told her that I'm an artist and her body is my canvas. and my job is to do whatever I want to do with it,
Whew.
in a sense of just painting. I'm one of those painter.
Abstract
I'm the
painter.
abstract painter, where I just know that I have paint, and I know that I have the brush, and I just have her as my canvas, and I can just figure out, I don't know, something beautiful is going to come out in the end. But I know I have something in mind. I don't often know what it is, but it's the quality of exactly the effort that is put into it. And
Oh, yes.
if you read the book of Solomon, Songs of Solomon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where Solomon always speak about it, you listen to the rhythm of Solomon, and you get fired up, because Solomon was a lover, and I want to be a lover too. So guess what I do? I just practice being a great lover, and I'm sure that my wife is pleased with how I treat her sexually,
Yes.
and I'm extremely pleased with how she treats me sexually.
You are a great lover.
I try my very best, and I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm gonna keep growing and getting better. And as her life cycle changes, I'm gonna change and love her even more. That's the power of love and passion. Yep.
But babe, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Um, what are your views on quickies?
I don't like it. It's just me. And I know why you asked this question, because maybe one of our viewers are probably
Mhm.
need to know or
Right.
hear what my answers are to this question. Well, the truth be told, husband and wives are different when it comes to sex.
Mhm.
They said that a woman is like a what is it, a slow cooker, or a man is like a light switch. You flick him on and he's just ready. He's always ready.
Always
It's like
ready.
he's born ready. There are times when I want sex and my wife doesn't want sex, and she wants to do a quickie. What is a quickie? It means that it's just spontaneous. It's nothing planned, nothing long. She just want to fill my cup. She wants to tap off the brim. She wants,
Tap up.
yeah, she wants to give me that overflow to get my rhythm. Keep me calm and keep me nice and feeling good about myself. So she would do it, and of course, I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not a big fan of quickie.
But why though? I don't understand. I mean, it is still sex.
Sex.
It's just not like romance and intimacy, but it's still sex.
Well, the reason why I don't like quickie is because when we do quickie, it's really helping me, and I love to see the excitement. I love to see that rhythm. When we are having sex, when she desires me sexually, her body responds to me totally different than when we do quickie. Because quickie is just helping me. When she asks me for sex when I'm not necessarily ready for sex, eventually I'm going to end up getting fired up about it. So it's different for a man versus a woman. So when a wife gives a man sex when she's not into it, her body responds different to me. But when she's in the mood, ooh, my God, heaven comes down and glory fill my soul.
You said something now, and I beg to differ.
What's
Actually, you said when I ask you for sex. The reason why I pointed that out, you guys, is because I think it's time for wives to take control.
Ooh.
And in saying that, if you want it and
Take
your husband
control.
is not ready to
Take
have sex and be
control.
romantic, you gotta just take it.
Also, one of the things that I love about my wife is she's not afraid to initiate sex. Why is that? Why is that important for you?
Well, I think that as women, we need to um, hold our own, so to speak. And
Okay.
I think that as wives, we should have that connection with our husband and not just sit around and, wait for your husband to come around to say, babe, want to have sex or
That's
let's
right.
have sex.
Yeah,
But
love
I
that.
think I think it gives the husband such a joy to know that their wives
Mhm.
appreciate them. And I see that joy in you when I actually initiate sex. It makes you feel loved and needed.
Yep.
And I love when you feel like that. And it's a two-way street. So I
Yes.
believe that women have to build up that self-confidence. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, you won't find yourself doing that. So you have to build yourself, build your confidence and your self-esteem, and it goes a long way. In the end, you will be able to, you know,
I'm smiling, you see that, right?
talk to your husband. I see you smiling. Talk to your husband, and when you can have that communication base, and you can talk about what you like and what you don't like during those intimate moments, then it becomes easy to initiate sex with your spouse.
Absolutely, and the truth be told, it gets boring as you said,
Hmm.
if the man is always the one
Right.
that is initiating
Hmm.
sex. A matter of fact, when my wife initiates sex, it makes me feel more excited. One of the reasons why I love when my wife initiates sex, my testosterone, my sex drive, my libido is at a higher level, and it makes me feel like I am wanted, that
Yeah.
she needs me. It makes me feel like you just can't have enough of me. So it's important for the wife to really initiate. I believe that is one of the most exciting part of the sexual encounter with the husband,
Right.
when he realized that you're the one coming onto him.
And I want to just add, for the women out there who you feel like you're lacking self confidence or self esteem, you need to build on that. Let me just say this, because I don't want you to think I was always like this. I wasn't. When my husband and I got married, we were in our early 20s, and
Yes.
I was very shy. I'm coming from my parents' home. I was never living on my own. So my husband actually came to my house and asked for my hand in marriage.
The right
Okay.
way to do it.
So we actually built everything that we know, everything that we're doing. We both have built from scratch together. So I was never like this, all confident and sure of myself. But as we went along, with his help, of course, because he's always the one who's been more outgoing
I'm the
and
brave one.
the talker and the brave one. And that grew on me over time. So I want you to know I was not always like this. I would never have initiated sex 2, 3, 5 years in my marriage. I would never have done that. But like I said, over time it grew on me.
Absolutely, I turned her out. That's it is what it is. I'm saying it. Yep. I, as a man, it's my job to also help you to understand who you are as the
Absolutely.
priest
Yes.
of the home, as the leader.
Hmm.
It's my job to make you feel comfortable, knowing that
Yes.
you can be naked,
And you do.
naked with your feelings, naked with your emotions,
Yes.
naked with who you really are. And it was a pleasure for me to bond
Sure it
with you.
was. Sure it
It's
was.
still a pleasure. A matter of fact,
Hmm.
we probably need to just end this broadcast so that we can
Go ahead.
go have sex.
I'm down.
You too freaky. But guys, listen, 26 years of marriage, and we are just really open and just transparent
Yes.
with who we really are.
Mhm.
Anybody that knows us long enough, they know us to be this way. Honestly, this is just we're not just doing this for camera. We're not just doing this to gain followers on YouTube. We're trying to help others. We're
Yes.
trying to teach people and
Mhm.
impress upon you that, listen, you can build a successful marriage too if you're willing to do the work, and you're willing to put God first and do what is necessary. Get to know your spouse. I'm
Yes.
still
Yes.
learning about this wonderful,
Well,
amazing lady after 26 years.
the
I'm
thing
still
about
learning
that
about you.
though, the thing about that though is that I don't think you ever get to know everything there is to know about your spouse.
Yes, it's
I
a
think
lifelong process.
it takes more than a lifetime.
A matter of
There
fact, what
are
if
things that I think you don't know about me, and there are things that I don't know about you.
well,
But you're not thinking about it. But when it happens, then you'll be like,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Well, I mean, as we grow, because who we are now compared
That's
to who
that's
we
what I'm
were
saying. Yeah.
when we got married 26 years ago,
Right.
we're just different individuals. However, I'll say this, that I think that I have learned to fall in love with the different you that is still trapped in this body. over and over again. So I can honestly say that we have evolved and we have changed and we have grown
Right.
and we have come into our own self.
Yes.
But in the process, we still
We're
find
still the
ways
same.
to adjust
Right.
and to learn to love each other through the different changes in our lives.
Right.
Anyway, guys, we have come to the end of this video, and I hope and trust that you were blessed by the content that we share with you today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. The easiest way for you to show your appreciation to us is by liking and sharing,
Yes.
and also subscribing to our YouTube channel and put us a notification so that when we go live and when we do post video, you can be notified.
Yes, guys. I want to thank you as well for listening, and I hope that all of you or some of you may have learned something from this video, something that you can take away, that you'll be able to use and better your marriage and take it to the next level.